here today with Dr. Tammy Fletcher, and Tammy's a licensed therapist living in San Diego, California, where a large number of clients come to see her for body-focused repetitive behaviors for help with them, things like skin picking and hair pulling and others. Her talk therapy channel on YouTube has over 5,000 subscribers and frequently features videos about these behaviors and related topics. All right, so as a therapist, I think you might have better answers than I do to certain questions I get. And it's often, when I'm working with my clients and coaching, I generally know the situation and I'm not at a total loss. But sometimes I have people writing me out of the blue or, on social media, and I won't know anything about them or their situation, but they'll ask me these giant questions like, what do I tell people about my behavior? Or how do I, tell people, how to explain about, my skin or hair? And that's not my kind of expertise, or I feel very strange telling people what, I don't feel like I know what they should do in that situation. So is there anything that you can tell our viewers that might be helpful, if they are wondering these kind of things?
That's a great question. This week we just hosted a BFRB support group, and our topic this month was significant others and friends and family. And our group members, almost everybody there brought someone with them. And they had some of those same questions, even those that were married or been together for a long time, parents and their adult children with a BFRB. Those are the exact discussions that we had. And I think the consensus, or at least what I think I've learned from my clients, is that there's no one right answer for that. It depends on who's doing the asking of the person. And I know that, at least from what clients tell me, they almost feel obligated to, they're put on the spot because people will very bluntly, people that they don't know very well, sometimes will very bluntly, what's wrong with your skin? Or what, you have a bald spot on the back of your head, those kinds of questions, just kind of out of the blue. Yeah. My take on it, and I think theirs as well, is that it's on a need-to-know basis. That's a personal question. It's like saying, wow, you put on 30 pounds, didn't you? What's up with that? Okay, this isn't somebody that's concerned about my health. This is somebody that's just being inappropriate and nosy. So you kind of make that call on a case-by-case basis, I guess. If this is someone who, say I'm the person, someone approaches me, I don't know them, maybe they're just an acquaintance or a colleague or something, and I don't feel invested in needing to open my soul. This is a very personal thing to live with. It can be very isolating. There can be shame that goes along with it. We work on that, but that's just a fact. It's not something that you necessarily want to wear on a t-shirt or hand out a pamphlet to every single person you meet. That doesn't mean they're not going to be curious. If they don't really need to know, though, there are answers that are not lies, like, I'm dealing with something with my skin, or even, what makes you ask? I'm curious. I love that one because it puts it right back on them, and you don't have to answer anything that you don't want to. The other side of that, though, is if it is a loved one, if it's someone and you're on the third date, and you think, I really do like this person, and this is an issue for me, and I feel like I do want to tell them. How do I do that? That's a conversation you have with yourself. You kind of figure out, you get your education, you do some reading, and you figure out what it means to you, and then have a conversation based on that. Or you can pick up a book, like your book. You can say, this is a book I'm reading right now. I'd kind of like to share this with you. Here's some things that I've highlighted. Here's some, and this is something that's important to me, and I would like to share it with you, and start a conversation based on a valid, legitimate resource like that. Something from the TLC website. Watch one of my videos and say, would you like to watch this video with me? I've had clients introduce the topic by saying, I want to show you my therapist on YouTube. She's actually on YouTube, and she's talking about friends and family. Would you watch this with me? And they could just kind of sit back and let that information come forward and have the conversation launch from there. But using some type of a resource for a basis as a kind of a springboard for getting a conversation going. But again, I think if this isn't someone that you know and they're just kind of being nosy, I might lean on, can I ask why you'd want to know? Or I'm dealing with something, I got something going on with my hair, no problem.
I love that. I mean, both of those things. Yeah, I usually you're like, totally fine. You can say, oh, I have something going on, but
Yeah,
I never thought to ask, why do you ask?
so rude when
Yeah, it really,
somebody
yeah,
has
those
it.
kind of questions are not good manners. I mean, yeah,
Ex-
right, Tammy. Well, thank you so much. This has been really informative, very helpful. Tell us where people can find you.
A couple places now, just general information is at fletchertherapy.com. That's just about me and what I do, and maybe a picture or two of my dogs. The new website is bfrbsupport.com. And then the YouTube channel, where there are probably 20, 25 videos about BFRBs on all aspects of them, is at Talk Therapy Channel. YouTube/Talk Therapy Channel. So you're welcome to check any of those out. Shoot me a question anytime. And thank you, Annette. Thanks so much for having me.